found that the best companies have a long-term view. They never see an end date. And in order to achieve long-term success, you have to make those investments to build foundational things, build infrastructure, make decisions that in the short term may not provide great short-term financial success, but you're betting on in the long term that those investments will pay off. We try to keep a very low debt profile here as well. And I think that probably, is something that Jim personally also doesn't like to do, doesn't like to leverage the business. We could leverage it far more than it ever had been or will be. He sees right now we're very much in a growth mode. He's been here before. He understands that to grow the business sometimes takes capital. And so he wants to leave it in so that it has it available to do. I think also as much planning as we can do and as much strategy as we can play, you never know when an opportunity is going to come knocking. And I think it's always good to have a little bit of that war chest ready to say, okay, when we get the right opportunity, we can't dictate the timing always, so let's just make sure we're ready for that.
I think the most valuable asset we have in many aspects of our business is our reputation.
Things were really starting to fall apart economy-wise. Over the course of a few months, we decided it was something that we just had to close down. Now, in doing so, Jim had what I think a lot of owners do today. He had different levers he could pull in terms of what you do when you close a business. Certainly, some owners say, hey, I'm going to bankrupt that business. It didn't work out. Why should I have to pay all these vendors for a business that didn't work out for me?
If we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And there's been instances where we get into situations like this isn't the positive outcome for the company that we're hoping for. Our word is our bond, so we do what we say we're going to do.
So it wasn't a matter of going in and bankrupting the business and shutting it down that way. We simply just closed it, but did it in a way that we paid 100% of what was due to our business partners, including the bank, and never threatened to do anything other than that. You don't always dictate when the best people are going to be available. Even when the economy started to tank, one of the things that Jim did, which attracted me to Blue Plate, was he invested in his people. He was looking at restructuring some of the more senior positions in the company and so on, at a time when most owners would say, I'm cutting as many costs as possible. Jim went out and said, I want to get the best talent I can right now to help lead us through this down cycle and then even be better prepared once we come out of it. I think you have to have a fundamental faith that you're in it for the long term, right? If you always think of it that way, those decisions become easy to make.